Today on the channel, I'm going to show you how to play this song, I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. Yeah, man, The Darkness, Justin Hawkins, Dan Hawkins, the whole crew. Today we're going to learn how to play I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. Back in '03 when this was released off of their album Permission to Land, it really hit the spot because I never was really into the nu metal scene that much back then, and I love glam rock, hard rock, melodic rock. And this was kind of the perfect blend of Led Zeppelin and Thin Lizzy and Def Leppard, Whitesnake, Queen, all that stuff. And Justin Hawkins, what a voice. Love it or hate it. And I think he's got one of the best YouTube channels on this platform. So I love listening to that guy talk. He's hilarious. This song is pretty much, you could say it's an E major, but it focuses a lot around F sharp. So let me show you the main riff in the beginning, and this is also the verse lick. Okay, so it's gonna have an F sharp 5, it's gonna have an A5 and a B5 and an E5. It's gonna go back to the B and back to the A, and then this lick. But you gotta play it in time. So what I'm talking about is, now the reason I'm playing my Telecaster is it's really snappy, and this is a Squier Tele that's been heavily modified, and it's got DiMarzio's in it, so it sounds fantastic. But I love that snappiness. All right, so hopefully that's translating well in the video. But this last lick that goes, that lick right there, you gotta put some kind of a vibrato on it to really make it sound cool. So what I'm talking about slowly is, it's like exaggerated, not like that, but put little nuances like that really make a part stand out. And I'm doing this between the chords to keep time, but in the song it just goes. So you got to keep it tight, right? But I do this during my lessons to kind of keep time so everybody can play along, or so I can keep time myself, because my timing kind of sucks. Okay, so then he sings the verse during that lick. The drums come in, the full band comes in, right? And then there's a pre-chorus part. The pre-chorus part goes where he goes, touching you, something like that. He goes, we're gonna go E. He kind of plays an open E on this one to an F sharp 5. I hear that major third in there. And another thing with this Telecaster, you can really hit nice major chords and hear the tonality of the chord. So we're gonna hit E to F sharp and then chug on the F sharp. Do that 3 times. He goes chromatically from an A to an A sharp or a B flat, either way, to a B. Excuse me. So okay, that's how he comes out of that pre-chorus. He does that little chromatic thing, A sharp to a B. If you want to call it a B flat, not an A sharp. that's fine, but since there's an F sharp in this song, we have to, you know, supposed to keep your sharps. Everything's a sharp in a song. You don't have sharps and flats combined. Old music theory rules die hard. All right, so anyway, that pre-chorus again is... kind of punches the that chromatic line. Then there's this chorus run. It goes like this. It's kind of cool, you know, kind of catchy, a little tricky to play under the fingers, so I'm going. It's open, 2, 4, 5, 4, then open again. And then 2, 4, 5, then A string, 2, 4, 2. You could go. You could play the open A instead of the A on the 5th fret on the E string, but I think it's easier just to kind of play it like this. There's one lick in this song that's going to trip you up. It's that one. So that's the main the chorus lick where he goes, "I believe in a thing called love." Then the very end of the chorus is a turnaround where he goes, "Woo-hoo." He does a C sharp minor to a D. All right. And then they go into guitar solo number 1. So guitar solo number 1 is a quick little thing, and he's up in the F sharp minor pentatonic position, which is up here on the 14th fret. But we're going to do this blues lick. We're going to go. So we're going to bend 16 on the G, do a full bend. And with our pinky, we're going to hit the 17th fret on the B string. We're going to hold this 16th fret up there. So they sound like that. We're going to do that twice. And then release that 16th fret. Then on the 16th fret on the high E, we're going to bend it up a half step and release. Sounds like a cat dying, but it's not. And then play the 12th fret on the E string, then the 12th fret on the B string, and the 13th on the G string. Bend it up a half a step and release, and then 14th fret on the D. So we're making an E major shape, like that. So all together it goes. All right. Pretty easy stuff right there, all right? So it's an F sharp minor pentatonic lick, and then we're going to outline an E major triad. All right, then it goes back into the verse. All right, then it does the whole pre-chorus. Again. That thing. Into the chorus. Then the outro. Then it goes into the second guitar solo. So essentially this song starts off with the verse riff. And then it plays the verse riff, it goes into a pre-chorus, it goes into the chorus, and the turnaround guitar solo 1, which is small. Then it repeats all of that all over again, right? Very basic structure. And throughout this song, sometimes the guitar will drop out and just let the bass and the drums kind of take over, where it goes where it goes. That'll be bass, and then the guitar goes. So sometimes you gotta kind of play around with where the guitar and the bass comes in, just so the structure of the song stays alive, pretty much. A simple song like this is all that you need. The songwriting is great, and the arrangement is great, and the performance is great. So if you got all three of those boxes checked, you're gonna have a nice song, right? But you just gotta pay attention to where these parts come in and out. But I'm showing you all the parts that you need to know. So the second guitar solo is a lot longer, all right? And it plays a lot with an E major scale. So it would benefit you to learn, your E major scale throughout the whole neck. But I'm going to show you a lot of different positions in this solo and ways to get the most out of this solo playing E major and E major pentatonic. So a lot of this solo is going to have the high E and the B string acting as a drone. So if you take a note like, for instance, this G string on the 9th fret, that's where the solo starts. And if you play open strings underneath it and play the E major scale, you've got like, it's kind of like Mama, I'm Coming Home, right? It gives you that open, airy feeling, and it creates a lot of depth in solos, and it's fun, man. So this solo starts off with a gallop. What I mean by gallop is dun, ticka, dun, ticka, dun, ticka, dun. Sounds like a gallop, right? Kind of like Barracuda. So this is going to be on the 9th fret on the G string, and we're going to play the open B. You can also play the open E if you like, and we're going to go like that. And then up in the E major pentatonic scale, which plays a big role in this song. E major pentatonic is the same as C sharp minor pentatonic because they're relative majors, and it starts on the 9th fret, and you just play the standard pentatonic box. But we're not going to focus on C sharps, we're going to focus on E's. You got to know where your tonic notes are, right? So we're going to get there. So the solo starts off with this gallop like this, and then we're going to do this blues lick. It's like the opening blues lick, the first solo, which starts on an F sharp minor. We're going to do that same lick, but we're going to be in the E major pentatonic position. So we're going to keep that 11th fret bent up a full step, and pinky on the 12th, and then play the 11th and 12th again, and then release the 11th to the 9th. So then we're going to go a gallop like that. So if you can remember this G string, it goes 9, 8, 6, 4, 1, 2, 4. At least that's what it sounds like to me on the record. And we're going to gallop. So that's segment 1 of the solo. So from the beginning. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the 6th fret on the A or the D string like this, and we're going to mute the G string with the back of our middle finger, and we're going to hit the open B. We're going to play this lick that's muted. Like that. Hear how all that, you can even hit the open E. Hear how all that just chimes together. You just got to make sure you mute this G string, because if you play the G string that's open, it's going to sound like an E minor chord, and that's not what we want. So, and then we're going to do this lick. So I'm going to play that up here. This open E and a 5 on the B string, the 4 on the B string, and we're going to still chime the open E, then open B, E, and then it's going to be a 1 on the G string, which is our major third, and an open B string, slide up to the 2, up to the 4. So altogether it's going to be like... Those are your notes on that second segment of the solo, okay? Okay, so this third segment of the solo is probably the most difficult part of the solo, because there's a run that's in E major pentatonic at the end of it that's kind of tricky but not too bad. But it starts off with a unison bend, and it goes like this. So what I'm doing is 12 and 10 on the G and the B. I'm going to bend this 12th fret up a full step so it's a unison, like that, and then we're going to go down 1 fret exactly on each string, go so, and then go, so we're back in E major pentatonic. Put some vibrato on that 11th fret, so again, then this fast lick is, so quickly that lick sounds like this. One more time. Slowly. So what I'm doing there is I'm starting on the 9th fret on the high E, and then going 12, 9 on the B, pulling up. So I'm going to down pick, up pick, and pull off, and then up pick. Like that. And then the next one I'm going to go 12, 9, and 11 on the B and the G string. So it's a pull off and a pick and a pick. And then after we go, we're going to be on the 11th fret on the G string, 11, 9, and then play 11 on the D string, and then 11, 9 on the G. So all together it's, and then he's going to go, he plays around with that 11, 9 on the D and the G string. So the final 4th segment of the solo is kind of easy, and I hear him playing this major third up here on the 11th fret on the A string, and he's going to play it like 6 times. The first time is like straight, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, like that. And then I'm going to go. So that last lick is 9, 9 on the B and the G string, then the 11th fret on the D, and we're going to, like this. So we're in the E major pentatonic scale again, and then go, that's 10 and 11 on the G and the B, and slide up 2 frets to 13 and 12. So then it goes into the pre-chorus. After the pre-chorus, the guitar solo is a breakdown with just synthesizer. So the synthesizer takes over during the chorus. Everyone does the claps. Get the audience going with that. And the song ends with the main lick in the chorus. So it repeats that as the song goes, and then it just ends on the E. Okay, so I hope that lesson was helpful. That's I Believe in a Thing Called Love by the Darkness. Pretty easy song, really catchy. There's a lot to learn here when it comes to soloing in E major, pentatonic, and using open strings, string muting, pull-offs, things like that. And you can also employ that in other songs that you write or play that are in E major, right? So those are good tricks and good techniques to get under your fingertips. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.